This is He Knows the Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. See, this is the stuff that's wrong with boxing fans. They don't like to keep that same fucking energy. Let me say it again. This is the problem with boxing fans. They don't like to keep that same fucking energy. How you gonna sit here on one breath and say, Jermall Charlo, oh, we have to wait and see it for it to happen. He's just clout chasing with David Benavidez, right? This is a guy who's at 168, a monster at 168. He's number 10 on my pound for pound list because I told you guys, I respect David Benavidez. The man has swag. Even though I preferably would pick a Caleb Plant over him, I know that David Benavidez has that momentum and he has that cachet behind him for a reason. It's validated because not only is he a knockout artist, not only is he a knockout specialist, he sets that thing up. You guys saw that in Anthony the Real fight, his hardest fight to date. Go watch how he systematically broke down Anthony the Real to get him out of there. So you have to give the man credit, right? But let's keep it a buck here. Jermall Charlo called this dude out. He said he's willing to go to 168 to fight this dude. Not tell David Benavidez to come down to 160. He was planning on going to 168 to fight him. Boxing fans should get behind this and say, you know what? This is what we call the l'esprit of competition. Let me say it again. This is what we call the l'esprit of competition, or the spirit of competition. No. They want to sit there and shit on it, right? They want to sit there and say, oh no, Jermall Charlo, he's sitting there and running his freaking mouth, right? Jermall Charlo is not everything that he's cracked up to be. He's an overrated bum. This has come out of boxing fans, right? Ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. Rudy Poo and Plum Brains. Classic belts and troglodytes. Why do you think I use incendiary words when I'm associating them? Because how you going to sit here and call a fighter who's translated power after power from 154 to 160, right? A bum. Does that make any sense in your brain? Let me say it again. How are you going to sit here, a fighter that went from 154 to 160? He's been in 2 weight classes his whole professional career. But he's translated the power from one weight class to the next. But he's supposedly a bum. Does that make any sense to you? He's the reason why J-Rock is uplifted and has a resurgence in his career. Let me say it again. Jermall Charlo is the reason why J-Rock has a resurgence and an upliftness in his career. Because of the way Jermall Charlo had that mental and physical hangover over the way he beat up J-Rock. But people don't want to give Jermall Charlo credit. This man has sat here and been a mandatory since 2015 and 2013 and 2015 respectively. Both under Triple G and both under Canelo Alvarez. Ducked by both of these fighters. Because Canelo Alvarez ran his rabbit ass to franchise champion. Triple G didn't want no parts of these guys. Just look at the size differentials. You guys saw the picture with Canelo Alvarez standing next to Jermall and Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo is bigger than Canelo Alvarez. But Jermall Charlo is significantly bigger. Because Mel is 5'11". Maul is 6'1". Let me say it again. Mel is 5'11", but Maul is 6'1". Oh, he fought Dennis Hogan. People slipping, dog. True boxing fans know this fight right here is going to be a lot harder than what people think. The fight with Jermall Charlo and Dennis Hogan, it was the same case with Brandon Adams. Oh, he's just a contender. You don't know nothing about boxing. There's a reason why Jermall Charlo had arduous fights with a Brandon Adams. There's a reason why he had an arduous fight with Matt Korobov. Because Matt Korobov was even better than the guy that he was going to fight in Willie Monroe. Lest you forget, lest I have to remind you asses. Let me say it again. Matt Korobov was 100 times better than Willie Monroe, the guy he was actually going to fight. Right? And Matt Korobov was his last minute replacement. And then you got to couple the fact that this man was dealing with the hangover of the symbiotic relationship, because people don't understand the symbiotic relationship of twins. They feel each other's pains. His brother had just lost a controversial fight, mind you, that he really didn't lose, to Tony Harrison. And then he had to go and fight next. But he didn't make it as an excuse. He went in there and still did his thing. But he still won. He's still undefeated. But he supposedly got exposed. This man is daring to be great. Challenging competition. On one end, people say, I'm not going to lie, Jermall Charlo is athletic and explosive as fuck. And then on the other end, oh no, he's a bum. Oh, they're fighting bums after bums after bums. Could it be because this guy has sat here and realistically called out the fighters in the divisions and they haven't ran up to the table? Now people sit here and say he ducked Danny Jacobs. Okay. When him and Danny Jacobs had that face-to-face, I'll give it to folks. Because even I've said it. Danny Jacobs did get the better of the two of them. Maybe he caught Jermall Charlo on a bad day. It is what it is. He knows the sport never makes any excuses, and he knows the sport doesn't back down. So when people brought this to the table that he knows the sport said, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Jermall Charlo did look kind of weak in that situation. And Danny Jacobs did chin check him. But guess what? If you do your research and dig deeper, you'll see that Jermall Charlo, right after that, when he regathered his faculties and got his affairs in order, and he realized how weak he looked in that face-to-face situation, he called out Danny Jacobs immediately after that. And you know what Danny Jacobs said? Oh no, we're not going to fight him. We got bigger fish to fry. If I have to fight the difference between a Jermall Charlo or Canelo Alvarez or Triple G, I'm going for the bigger fight. So really, who duck who? Let me say it again. When Danny Jacobs was asked, who should I fight? Who's the bigger fish to fry? Triple G, Canelo Alvarez, or Jermall Charlo? Who do you think I'm going to fight? So who conveniently duck who? When it's all said and done, if you go back and do the homework and look at the totality of things, Danny Jacobs ducked Jermall Charlo. And then people sit here and say, well, Demetrius Andrade, he showed up to post, you know what I'm saying, post-fight press conferences, and he called out both of the Charlo brothers, or they want to use their vernacular, Charlo sisters. What happened when the both of them called him out, especially Jermall Charlo? Jermall Charlo has had the most recent call out on Demetrius Andrade back in May of 2019 when he was fighting Brandon Adams. Called his ass out. Just like he called Canelo Alvarez, called Triple G. Where were the folks to say, you know what, Jermall Charlo is calling out Demetrius Andrade? Where's Boo Boo? Remember I told you, any guy that has the name of Boo Boo, you need to seriously revisit yourself. How does a grown-ass man call himself Boo Boo? Now don't get me wrong. Boo Boo can box. He can box his ears off. But Jermall Charlo, and see, this is why I'm trying to educate people on, he is skillfully awkward. There's a difference between the awkwardness that Demetrius Andrade has, and Demetrius Andrade is what we call simply awkward. He's what you call an ordinary awkward fighter. He's hard to figure out. That's what awkward means. But when I say Jermall Charlo skillfully awkward, is because Jermall Charlo in fights throws punches in between punches that are awkward. You can't see them. He's very good. It's just like Deontay Wilder. They're awkward in the sense of when they throw their overhand rights or their overhand lefts, you're not accounting for that. That's an awkward type of punch. So when I say Jermall Charlo is awkward, I'm not saying he's an awkward fighter. He's naturally a fighter that is conventional in his ones and twos, but he has moments in fights where he throws awkward shots. This is how he got J-Rock. Go look at the way he placed that uppercut. It was an awkward uppercut placement. He messed J-Rock up because even J-Rock at the end of the fight, you guys don't want to listen to what I got to say, go listen to what J-Rock said. Man, that uppercut was an awkward shot because I didn't see it coming. It wasn't textbook. So when I sit here and say that Jermall Charlo is skillfully awkward and he has that simile as Deontay Wilder, you guys need to understand what I'm talking about. Because what I say line up with what these fighters say. Let me say it again. What I say lines up with what these fighters say. Go listen to J-Rock at the end of the post fight when he was interviewed. That was an awkward uppercut. I couldn't see it come. It was not textbook. So when I say Jermall Charlo skillfully awkward, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But Jermall Charlo calls out, right? David Benavidez. David Benavidez doesn't answer the bell. Doesn't even entertain it. Maybe because he believes Jermall Charlo's hard. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that David Benavidez is ducking that word, but he understands what time it is. But Canelo Alvarez goes and calls out Sergey Kovalev, and all of the boxing fans, these cult-like followers, say, yeah, he's daring to be great. He's doing something that is unconventionally great in boxing. But Jermall Charlo gets shit on. See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. This is the double standards that I'm talking about. But then they want to sit here and say he knows the sport is biased, right? No, these Rudy Poo and these plum brains, these classic dotes and these troglodytes, these ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboys rhetorics, they're the ones that's filled with bias and lies because they want their cake and they want to eat it too. I told you, I've already rolled out the carpet and kept the foot on the what? On the necks. And kept the foot on the what? On the necks. And like the Tibetan mastiff that I am, I apply what? Unlimited pressure, because pressure does what? It busts fucking pipes on these Rudy Poo, these plum brain ultra fucking fanboys with this ultra fanboy rhetoric. because you got to call them out. You have to roll the red carpet on their asses, and you have to apply the unlimited pressure, because you know the pressure is going to bust pipes. Because these folks don't want to come to the conclusion that Jermall Charlo is a dangerous fighter. He's athletic and he's explosive as fuck. He's the most athletic and explosive middleweight in the division. Whereas Demetrius Andrade is the most box your ears off type of middleweight. Jermall Charlo, there's a reason why people don't want to fight him. Because at this point, he's the boogeyman of the middleweight division. Do you want to know what the term boogeyman means? It means high risk, low reward. Let me say it again. High risk, low reward. That's what a boogeyman is at its truest and its most prosperous levels. So Jermall Charlo is the boogeyman of the middleweight division, because everyone knows you fight this guy, either your ass going to get exposed or you're going to get knocked out. Let me say it again. Either your ass is going to get exposed or you're going to get knocked out. So keep that same energy. Let me say it again. Keep that same energy. If this man is daring to be great and trying to fight Demetrius and trying to fight David Benavidez, he should get the salute of the damn day. Not haterisms and trollisms, but yet Canelo Alvarez gets it for Sergey Kovalev. This is the double standard that I'm talking about. This is the talking two sideways out of your ass that I'm talking about when it comes to these Rudy Core and these plum brains, these classic dotes and these troglodytes, these brain full of mush and brainwashed followers. But we keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. We keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. And we apply what? Unlimited pressure, because pressure does what? It busts his fucking pipes, folks. It's the Lions only in this motherfucker. This is Sport. Check it out.